Alright, YouTube. Originally, I didn't really talk about the Iran payment, the 400 million that was given to the Iranians, not because I was giving the Obama administration the benefit of the doubt, which would be a dumb thing to do, but because it wasn't really interesting. There's no real intrigue there. It's like, oh, well, the fucking government did something shady and possibly illegal. Well, what else is new? What news do we have to cover today? But now it looks like the State Department is uh, shoving Obama under the wheels of the bus here and directly contradicting what he and like the White House spokesperson had said. They said, well, the payment we gave to Iran was a settlement of an old issue where we're actually saving money doing this because they want, like, I think a few billion or something. So they're just paying him to shut the fuck up. And the hostages coincidentally were released at exactly the same time. But now what's the State Department saying? Coming out and saying, oh, well, we waited to give them this money until the hostages were freed. Oh, we were taking opportunity because of this sort of potential release that was going on. Oh, we figured just hold it over their heads so the hostages get released. In what realm of definition is that not a ransom payment? Oh, well, we might have to hold this money back if you don't free these prisoners. That's a ransom. It's exactly what it is. You're giving them this money requisite upon them actually releasing them. If the Iranians hadn't released them, no payment would have been made. So saying, well, it has nothing to do with the hostages, it's just a settlement of some old issue with debt, something that we owe them, doesn't make sense in that situation. Because that settlement, if you wanted to make that settlement, then it shouldn't rely upon, oh, well, Iran releases these people and then they get their money. That's a ransom payment. It's exactly what ransom is. People are pointing out that you'd have to be using a completely different definition of what ransom means in order to not find that a ransom payment. Keep in mind, of course, the White House said the hostages were coincidentally released at the same time. The State Department is saying the hostages needed to be released or we wouldn't have given them this money, directly contravening exactly what Obama and his White House spokesperson said prior. Because for Obama to greenlight giving them money in this way to release hostages is a ransom payment. It is illegal for him to do. He does not have the authority to make such a payment. Indeed, the U.S. government harasses or jails people who attempt to pay anything defined as a terrorist organization, a cartel, something like that. They steal someone off the streets. They give a ransom note to the family. The family's like, oh, here's a video of them saying, please pay for my release, I'm being tortured. And the government won't let them pony up the money. They won't let them raise the funds. And if they do raise the funds, give the funds over, whether the person's released or not, they face generally charges. Well, the government doesn't have the unique ability to barter with these groups of people either, whether it's a state like Iran or any other. North Korea comes to mind, the Saudis or whatever. Whether it's a state or whether it's, again, a terrorist group or a cartel, the government can't unilaterally do that. The Obama doesn't have the discretion as an executive to take public money, which is what all the government's money is. It's funded by taxes, to take that money and then pay a ransom off, regardless of whether you think it's right or wrong. Now, I'm ambivalent. I don't really care whether we're paying other states to release hostages. I think it's a dumb idea, but at the same time, ethically, I can understand why at least the families involved would feel more positively about such a thing. But for the executive branch, again, to take public money, which is exactly what it is, give it to another state coincidentally, and then we find out that that's actually not true, that the money was requisite upon the hostages being released, that's unlawful. Obama broke the law on that one. I have a feeling that this is going to blow up in the Obama administration's face, and I have another feeling that the State Department is trying to deflect from Hillary's problems, to shield her as sort of the chosen heir of the Democratic Party by putting the onus on Obama, sort of his twilight administration, his lame duck administration. Put the conversation on him, so Hillary, of course, can remain more or less silent. She's above the fray, head of State Department at the time, but at the same time, well, Obama's the one that green-lighted it. I never knew anything about this hostage deal, which is what it was. It was a ransom payment. I have a feeling that that's what's happening right now. I think that the State Department is trying to cast a shadow on Obama, so that he has to come out and deal with these things, so that Hillary doesn't have to. I think it's a dirty trick. There's a reason that they waited until the middle of the elections really to do this. There's a reason for that. The State Department could have come out earlier and said the same thing. It wouldn't have looked good then, though, for Hillary, especially during the actual primaries. It would have fucked with their campaign, so they weren't going to talk about it then. Probably some of these State Department emails reference this fact, and that's why they're just coming clean now. They don't want it to be, oh, leaked email divulged that this was a ransom payment. They want to take the initiative to just clear the air and say, oh yeah, basically it was a ransom payment. Oh, it wasn't really a ransom, but anyone who Googles the definition of ransom understands differently. That's probably what they're doing. They probably realize, oh shit, somebody's out there, some hacker has a hold at least one or two emails that say exactly what we just had to say to the public. So I think that they're trying to stop a potentially bigger scandal, and I think they're trying to put the onus on Obama to take it off of Hillary Clinton to get her into office, honestly. It's very dirty. What Obama did was objectively illegal. He does not have, as an executive, the right to do that. The legislature can allocate money for such a thing if it wants to. Not that it's a great idea, but it can. The executive branch doesn't get to do that. They execute the laws that Congress has made. They execute and oversee the budget that Congress has set. They can't simply make money up out of thin air, send it to a foreign state, coincidentally get the hostages back, and then be implicated as having potentially the wherewithal to hold that money back if they weren't released. That is a ransom payment. It's very concerning indeed. That's about all. Peace out.